I made it out here to the third spot. First two spots I pulled into, somebody was already there, including the spot where I walked up on that tom with two hens yesterday. It's Monday morning and people are still out hunting everywhere, except for this spot. There's cars parked here all weekend, and I got it to myself this morning. Actually just had a guy pull in behind me and turn around right as I was about to leave the truck, so got lucky on this one. I'll be across the river from where I was opening morning. I know there were some birds over there, and I imagine people were working them, but they were henned up. When I had birds gobbling and hens yelping and cackling and stuff, so there ought to be some turkeys over here. And there's been people hunting the crap out of that spot I hunted opening morning, so that pressure is only going to push more birds over this way. So I'm hoping to maybe stumble into something. Woods are quiet right now. It's mid-morning. It's getting close to that time when birds tend to find themselves lonely. So once I get in a good place to sit down here, I'm going to do a little calling and listening before I go any farther. The river is on down that way. And I was across the river 2 days ago on opening morning. And there was multiple birds up on this side, but there's people too. And I know the birds were henned up, so there's a good chance those people didn't do very good. Even if they killed one or two, there was more than one or two birds over here gobbling, so. So here I'm coming up to just a narrow pinch between the river and private land. There's always a good chance there's birds up on private, but it's mostly fields, I believe, and all the good woods are right here along the riverbank. I finally heard a gobble way across the river. That's where I was gonna hunt this morning, where I hunted 2 days ago, and there's trucks parked there. So I just heard one gobble on his own right over there within 200 yards. This is the property line. And that's about as far back as I can get. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. This is a bad setup unless he crosses the fence and pops in real close. It'll be like a 10-yard shot if I do get to shoot him. But he still hasn't answered. I still hear one across the river somewhere. That's not really of interest though. A lot of hens and hunters between me and him, I think. If nothing happens in 15 minutes, I'll call again. If nothing answers, then I'll probably just keep moving. Oh, that was over here. I thought I heard something different. So we got a bird gobbling over where I just heard the close one, but it's a lot farther away. I don't know if it's the same bird or not. Good news is I can follow this ridge another 500 yards before I run out of public. Yeah, he's gobbled 3 times in a row now. Now he's fired up. He's up on top, on the highest ground on private. There he goes. Problem is, I can see the top of that hill. I'm afraid it's so open. I'm afraid he's gonna pop over that rise and gobble and not come down here. He's putting. Where is he? I don't know where he was, but I just heard him putt one time and never could see him. Like he came over that rise quick, but I couldn't see where. I just heard a loud putt, and he has not gobbled since. Well, he just gobbled again, but he's still up top. I'm not going to wait it out unless I think he's coming. He probably has hands. And maybe not, but either way, he's kind of content to stay up there. Little baby rattlesnake. He doesn't have very many rattles. This is only the second one I've seen out here in like 8 years of hunting out here. But I know people run into them every now and again, and I guess I don't see them often because they kind of blend in pretty good. But if they're real docile, they won't go after you unless you step on them, which I was about 3 steps away from stepping on him. He's just chilling there. Some people are worried about getting bit, and the best thing you can do is to wear snake boots, which I don't, but if you're worried about getting bit, then it's a good idea if you got a lot of venomous snakes in your area. We don't have a season on them here in Tennessee. I know they do some places like Pennsylvania, but they're not legal to kill here, so I wouldn't recommend it. And there's really no reason to anyway, because they will mind their own business more than most snakes will. If you're worried about them, wear snake boots. Somebody finally shot one down across the river. It was down towards where that bird was fired up earlier, but he'd been quiet for almost an hour, so it's one less bird over there. Well, I've just made a discovery. Someone was a little bit successful here this weekend. We got some dried blood, some turkey feathers, and it's like 5 yards from the boundary. Somebody did get to kill one up here, but obviously there's at least one more. I'm back in the spot where I walked up on that tom with 2 hens yesterday. That truck that was here earlier is gone, so I figured it's time to slip on in here and see if I can make something happen. I'll just camp out at this rock here for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes or something. Alright, I'm trying another spot. I know there's at least a tom in a certain area that hangs out on private with some hens. I saw him yesterday from the road on private. No telling where he is now, but I'm going to be probably hugging the boundary most of the time. There's a creek that runs through here, and that will be kind of where I focus, is along the creek. I've been taking a peek into this pasture here and haven't seen anything yet. I don't think the birds will come through here to roost just because it's too thick to really fly up into a tree, and there's not really many good roosting trees. And there's some open hardwoods up ahead that I know they've roosted in the past right by the creek. And that's kind of what my money's on right now. If nothing happens there, nothing's going to happen. I haven't got a gobble. I've been stopping and calling occasionally, let out some loud yelps, a couple of cuts here and there, and have not even got a hen to yelp back or anything. Well, y'all, I found him. That's a tom. It's pretty thick in these woods, but notice the sun shining on my face. I don't want him to pick up on any movement. He's only about 50 yards out from where I'm standing. I need to draw back a little to make sure he doesn't see me. Once we get into the open hardwoods, that's probably where he's going to come down to roost. Hopefully come down to roost by the creek. Okay, so the private field's up there, the bird's up there, coming this way. It's probably going to come in these woods and come down to roost somewhere in these woods. I want to get up maybe within shotgun range of the property line, because the property line cuts through the woods. I want to get back a little ways and try to set up in the middle somewhere. I think I might hear drumming, but it's hard to tell. Oh yes, definitely hear drumming. He's coming in quiet, y'all. I can hear him drumming. And I can hear him scratching. And I can't tell if he's got hens, but I hear him in the leaves. I don't think he ever saw me. He was just over the rise the whole time, scratching and drumming. And then he decided that hen wasn't showing up and started putting, and that's all he's doing now is going back and forth putting. He's probably not going to show up at this point, but he might want to roost in here still. I'm going to sit here till the sun goes down, I guess. See if he calms down and eases on down in here. Yep, he's got hens. Bird flew up that way. Well, I've had 6 birds fly up now. I thought I heard him drumming in the past 5-10 minutes. And then I saw the first hen fly up. I thought, oh, he had hens the whole time. I almost had a shot at him. Just a little rise. He had to come in probably another 10-15 yards. I would have had a shot at him. Well, I'm gonna see if I can strike me a bird. I'm at this little spot by the road. And just a patch of woods is what it looks like. Never hunted here, but a couple days ago, there's a bunch of birds right down the street in someone's yard. Now, there's a big open field between here and where I saw those birds a couple days ago, and I really don't know where those birds spend most of their time. But there was like at least 2 or 3 toms in the group. I'm liable to stumble into something here. Spot number 1 is quiet. Time to go to spot number 2. Spot number 2 is quiet. Going on to spot number 3. Won't be burning it up today. I'll call in at least 2 or 3 different places in each spot. And if I don't hear anything pretty quick, I'm going to be turning around and going on to the next one. I'm looking for a bird that wants to play the game. And if nothing's going to gobble at me pretty quick, then I'm not interested. So the only thing that'll keep me is if I lay eyes on a turkey or if I hear a gobble. I just spotted 2 hens in this field. Luckily did not get seen, but there's a rise that they come from behind, and I don't know if there's anything else with them. Four hens. Where's the tom? Well, spot number 3. Dead quiet. At least we saw some hens, but no toms. I know they're in here somewhere, but we're going on to spot number 4. Spot number 4 is dead quiet. Everyone I've talked to who's been hunting this area today hasn't heard a gobble after 7 a.m. And I got out here at 10 a.m., so I haven't heard a gobble either. Spot number 5. I'm going to kind of hoof it back there pretty quick. And when I get into the good woods, gonna slow down. Could be good woods right here, but alright, we're getting into the good woods. Birds could be anywhere in here from here on out, or they might be on another ridge, but I'm gonna take it very slow and carefully. This scratch here is real fresh. There's a good chance this scratch is from today, and notice all the leaves are pushed this way. I don't know if you can see, but all throughout here it's scratched up. They were headed up the hill onto private. They probably went all up in there, and they may circle back around and come down to roost on the other end of that big hill. So what I'm going to do is pick up the pace, but I'm going to stop very frequently and listen. When I walk faster, my chances of bumping birds goes way up, but if I stop often enough, I'm likely to hear them before they can see me. Is across the hollow. I don't know if there's a good way to move on these. And they're most likely going to roost on that side. Well, they all flew up right across the hollow just where I thought they would. It was worth a shot. Now, I won't be able to hunt tomorrow, but here in a couple days I'll be back after them, so hope you all will stick with me, and hopefully the birds will start talking again.